Hi everyone. Today's Bible reading is found in Exodus chapter 1. If you fear the Lord, you will avoid to do evil. And this is what Shipra and Pua did in this chapter. They choose to do what is right, what is good, rather than to do what is evil. Now let's see how they did it, what Pua and Shipra did. The title in this chapter, it says the Israelite oppressed. It says here, these are the names of the son of Israel who went to Egypt with Jacob, each with his family, Reuben, Simon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. The descendant of Jacob numbered 72 in all. Joseph was already in Egypt. Now Joseph and all his brothers and all that generation died. So these are the old generation. In verse 7, it says here, but the Israelites were fruitful and mul- multiplied and greatly and become exceedingly numerous. So what happened to the Israelite in Egypt? They become fruitful. This new generation that arise, they become fruitful, they increase abundantly, they multiplied greatly, they become exceedingly numerous, and the land was filled with them. Huh? It says here they multiplied and become exceedingly numerous so that the land was filled with them. Then a new king who did not know about Joseph came to power in Egypt. Look, he said to his people, the Israelites have become much too numerous for us. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will become even more numerous. And if war breaks out, we'll join our enemies, fight against us, and leave the country. So they put a slave master. So what they do, they put slave masters over to them. They oppress the Israelites and make their lives very bitter through hard labor. So they put a slave master over them to oppress them with forced labor. And they built Pithom and Ramesses as store cities for Pharaoh. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. So the Egyptian came to dread the Israelites and worked them ruthlessly. They made their lives bitter with hard labor and brick and mortar and with all kinds of work in the fields. And all their hard labor, the Egyptian used them ruthlessly. The king of Egypt, in verse 15, it says, the king of Egypt said to the Hebrew midwife, whose name were Shipra and Pua, when you help the Hebrew women in childbirth and observe them on the delivery stool, if it is a boy, kill him. But if it is a girl, let her live. The midwives, however, feared God and did not do what the king of Egypt has told them to do. So what they did, they let the boys live. Then the king, so this is what Shipra and Pua did. The king ordered them to kill the boys and let the girls live. But because they feared the Lord, they did not obey the king. It says in Proverbs 16:6 that through love and faithfulness, sin is atoned for. Through the fear of the Lord, a man's avoid evil. No? To fear the Lord is to hate evil. So through the fear of the Lord, a man's avoid evil. So because the description of Pua and Shipra says they fear the Lord, and because of their fear to the Lord, they know it is sin to kill. So they did not do to kill. They did not kill the boys, but let them live. They risk their lives. No, they obey. They fear. They obey the Lord. They fear the Lord rather than the king. So this is what Shipra and Pua did. Then the king of Egypt summoned the midwives and asked them, "Why have you done this? Why have you let the boys live?" The midwives answered Pharaoh, "Heavy women are not like Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before the midwives arrive." So God was kind to the midwives, and the people increased and become even more numerous. And because the midwives fear God, this is the blessing or the reward for for fearing the Lord. He gave them a families of their own. Then so God blessed them, rewarded them for the kindness they did. Then Pharaoh gave this order to all his people. Every boy that is born you must throw into the Nile, but let every girl live. So this is the order of Pharaoh. And according to commentators, there are Bible commentators, and they say that um, this is another attempt of Satan to destroy all uh, all the males of Israel, so that the Messiah could not come to bruise his head. Huh? Because when the fall of man in Genesis 3, chapter 3:15, God has cursed the snake. No? It symbolizes Satan, the enemy. And he says there that the seed of the woman will crush his head. He will going to bruise his head. He will crush your head and you will strike his heel. This is what God has said to the to the snake, that which is Satan. So it says that it is the first attempt of the enemy or Satan to kill all the boys. So I hope you are blessed with this Bible reading through the lives of these Shipra and Pua. And this is what also God did to the Israelites. This is what happened to the Israelites in this chapter. But in next chapter we can read the in here the birth of Moses, which they threw to the river. No, the deliverer was born. So thank you everyone. Thanks for listening to this video, and may God bless and keep you always.